Have you ever been inside during a big thunderstorm and suddenly there's a super bright flash of light outside, followed by a rumbling booming sound?
That incredibly bright flash is lightning.
And the loud sound, that's thunder.
Today, we're going to explore what lightning really is and how this amazing natural light show happens.
So, what exactly is lightning?
Imagine it like a giant spark of electricity, but instead of coming from a battery or wall outlet, it happens way up in the sky, between clouds or between a cloud and the ground. It's one of nature's most powerful and dazzling displays.
But how does this giant spark get made? It all starts inside those big, puffy, dark storm clouds.
These clouds are not just made of water droplets. They also have lots of tiny ice crystals and hailstones.
Think of it like this. Inside a storm cloud, there's a huge traffic jam of these tiny bits.
As they bounce, bump, and rub against each other, they create something called static electricity. You know how sometimes you rub a balloon on your hair and your hair stands up? Or when you shuffle your feet across a carpet and then touch something metal, you get a tiny shock.
That's static electricity.
It's all about building up an electrical charge. Inside a storm cloud, something similar happens, but on a much, much bigger scale.
The lighter, positive charges tend to float up to the top of the cloud, while the heavier, negative charges gather at the bottom of the cloud. Below the cloud, the ground usually has a positive charge too. So now we have a cloud with lots of negative charges at the bottom, looking down at the positively charged ground.
It's like two magnets trying to pull towards each other, but not quite touching yet. Air is actually a really good insulator, meaning it usually stops electricity from flowing easily. But when the difference in charge between the cloud and the ground, or between two parts of a cloud, gets super bigger than the air can handle, the electricity has to find a way to move. It's like a dam bursting, but with electricity. When this happens, the electricity quickly rushes through the air, creating a path and zap.
That path is what we see as lightning. There are a few different kinds of lightning.
The most famous one, and the one we often see, is called cloud-to-ground lightning.
This is when the electricity jumps from the bottom of a storm cloud down to the earth.
But did you know that most lightning actually happens inside the clouds themselves, or between different clouds?
These are called intra-cloud or cloud-to-cloud lightning. We don't always see these as clearly because they're hidden by the cloud, but they're happening all the time during a thunderstorm. And what about thunder? Why does lightning make such a loud noise?
When lightning flashes, it heats the air around its path to an incredibly hot temperature, hotter than the surface of the sun. This happens super fast, in less than a blink of an eye.
When air gets heated that quickly, it expands explosively, like a tiny explosion. This sudden expansion of air creates a powerful sound wave that travels through the air to our ears.
That's the thunder you hear.
The closer you are to the lightning strike, the louder and sharper the thunder will be.
If it's far away, it might sound more like a low rumble.
Lightning is super powerful.
One lightning bolt can carry enough energy to light up thousands of light bulbs for several hours. It's also incredibly fast, moving at speeds we can barely imagine.
And here's a cool fact. Lightning can strike the same place more than once. So if you hear someone say, lightning never strikes the same place twice, it's not actually true.
Tall structures, like the Empire State Building in New York City, are often struck multiple times in a single storm. That's why buildings have lightning rods, which are special metal poles designed to safely guide lightning's electricity into the ground if it strikes. While lightning is absolutely amazing to watch from a distance, it's also very dangerous.
It's important to remember that during a thunderstorm, the safest place to be is inside a sturdy building or a car. If you hear thunder, lightning is close enough to be a threat. A good rule to remember is, when thunder roars, go indoors and stay inside until at least 30 minutes after you hear the last rumble of thunder. Lightning reminds us of the incredible power of nature, something happening right above our heads.
It's a spectacular show of electricity in action, showing us how energy can build up and release in dramatic ways.
Next time you see a flash of lightning, you know it's not just a light show, but a massive electrical event powered by tiny particles in the sky.
What other amazing natural phenomena do you wonder about?
Let us know in the comments below what you'd like us to explore next on 4W1H Wonder Kids.